Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of News in Motion. It's not Gail Dudley today. She's taking a well-deserved break, but it's your favorite co-host of the young people, Mr. Isaiah Jones, and along with me as always,
Lexi Williams. Hey, y'all. Good morning.
we also have Lexi Williams, our youth ambassador and special reporter, who always brings us some headline news on Thursday mornings coming from the high school. So we will get right into those in a second, but let's see who's running up in here on this Thursday morning. I see you, Latrice Jones, Miss Tracy Newme, Mr. Robert Holman. Good morning to you, Miss Sardinia. Good morning to you, Miss Lewis Pryor the third. Good morning to you, Miss Deborah Johnson, Miss Regina Shorts, Mr. Jeffrey Allen James, Mr. Kenny Stanley, Big K rolling up in here. He's also in the green room. Miss Tanya Williams, Miss Camille Jones. Deborah Johnson says, hi, Lexi and Isaiah. And Miss Shirley Nicholson, who is tuning in from YouTube. Also want to give a shout out to some of our audio viewers and our podcast listeners who are watching in this morning as they're traveling to the workplace, the grocery store, the gym, wherever you're going. If you're going your coffee run, if you're on your daily morning jog, good morning to you. Thank you for tuning in right now. We have a special episode of News in Motion for you today. We won't be before you long, as the good preacher was saying in the church house. We won't be before you long. But we have some important headline news to discuss. I know Lexi has her world hunger headlines that she has, and I also have an important headline about a student who was assaulted at the University of Kentucky. But Lexi, you want to take it away first?
Yeah, for sure. So, good morning, everybody. Hey, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, and those who will rewatch later. Hey, y'all. Our leader, as Isaiah already mentioned, lead anchor Miss Gail Dudley, has stepped out today and for the rest of the week. So keep her in your prayers, as she's been constantly pushing since all your news since the mid-September. She will be returning Monday, November 14th. Make sure you please give to News in Motion family. When you give, you're helping this team have the opportunity to educate others all around the world. So here's a real question. Who went out and voted on Tuesday? I know my parents did. I know they voted. I take it Isaiah's parents did too. So make sure your voice is heard. So our first story is Black candidates making history, coming from NBC. We have a new record of Black candidates running for higher office in this year's midterm election. Even though we don't know which party will have most control in the House and the Senate at this time, some states are already celebrating Black historic wins for jobs from governor to Secretary of State. I quote from NBC News, "There's an electoral, Black people are the center of it, who are understanding our political power," said Demario Cooper, sorry if I butchered his name, who is a co-executive director, Center for Popular Democracy, a progressive advocacy group. He later went on to say, "People are thinking about how their voice and people who come from our community should be the representatives and deciders for the type of society we want to develop that's inclusive for everybody." For example, in Maryland, Democrat Wes Moore beat Republican Dan Cox. Moore is the first Black governor of Maryland in history and is the third Black governor in the country. The first Black attorney general is Democrat Anthony Brown, who defeated far-right Republican Michael Perotuka. Moore tweeted the night of his big win, this just more proof that progress is possible in Maryland, and I am humbled to be a part of this legacy." In Pennsylvania, most eyes are on the Senate battle between Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman and celebrity TV doctor Mehmet Oz. The history was being made behind that scene in the spot for Lieutenant Governor. Democrat Austin Davis is the very first Black Lieutenant Governor in the state of Pennsylvania. And now to our Black females all over the country, although we had hopes for making changes as well, from Representative Val Demings and Aramis Ayala in Florida to Chelsea Clark in the state of Ohio, and several women bidding to be the country's first Black female governor. Although there were no wins for them, they still made waves for representation, not just as females, but females of color in higher places. It's inspiring for me to see men and women of color making their voices heard and breaking stereotypical barriers in such high places. But they can't do it without us, so stay informed on whether it's a big or smaller government in your community, and watch the people you voted for to see if they stick to their word. Although voting season is temporarily over, make sure you go out and vote because your voice matters. So, now to our second story, which will be about bringing Black women into the industry. A familiar name may come in here in this story, so just listen up for it. Columbus is getting ready for a huge economic boost. With Intel and Honda all making plants here, there will be plenty of jobs and people and traffic and more traffic and people who don't know how to drive, but it's fine. Jen Fowler Howard is the managing director for Perscolas Columbus, a nonprofit organization that provides tuition-free learning to the community. She told NBC News, "We need to make sure that our city represents our citizens, which means that women of color need to be in that space." Howard's organization created Tech Women of Color Alliance, which offers training and job placement assistance in the tech industry for women of color. Because this organization is a nonprofit, they receive funding from the Franklin County Board of Commissioners through American Rescue Plan. Howard said, "To serve 200 women over the next 2 years is the goal, and getting them connected to their dreams, getting them financial security, helping them to care for their families, and also giving them an opportunity to be successful." Not too long ago, just 9 women graduated from the program. "It's a huge burden lifted off me because I was hopping around from college to college," said Jasmine Robinson, a wife, mother, and graduate of the Tech Women and Color Alliance. "This program has definitely given me the opportunity to find my confidence and be confident in going back into the workforce. So I know that I have the skills to step up to it." Black women are making moves in the industry and constantly breaking those barriers, and it's amazing to see. So I'll bring Isaiah back in, and I'll keep talking about my national days in just a second.
Okay.
See Black women making the moves. You see us?
And we love it. We love it. We love to see Black women making moves and commanding the respect and power that they earn, that they truly deserve. So, let us know what these national days are. I'm really intrigued with what national.
Today is the United States Marine Corps birthday. It is also Vanilla Cupcake Day, Forget Me Not Day, National Civic Pride Day, National Sesame Street Day, and National International Accounting Day. I mean, Sesame Street, they took me back. I said, "Oh,
National Forget Me Not Day." I've never heard. And this is why we appreciate Lexi and all she does. She brings us the national days, the days that I never knew existed. And you said National Vanilla Cupcake Day.
Yes, sir.
You can't go wrong with a vanilla cupcake. You really can't. Or a chocolate cupcake. You really can't go wrong. We got some more people coming in here during your while you were giving your headline news. We got Miss Adrian Gladys coming in from YouTube as well. Mr. Pastor Alex Williams coming in. Miss Lori Wallace, who says happy Thursday. Facebook user, I have a feeling that's Mr. Mike Nicholson. And also Dr. Antoinette says happy Veterans Weekend, and thank you to all who served. Exactly. We want to give a huge shout out to all the veterans, and we want to thank you for your service, and for your fight for this country. Miss Jacqueline says Isaiah has an expressive face. I've been told that I've been told that I have a meme worthy face. Oh, so we have 2 Facebook users in here. We have Mr. Mike Nicholson, and then another one is Miss Annette Jackson. And Miss Latrice Jones says National Sesame Street Day. We gotta sing the song.
See, I'm going back. Let me stop.
As Sesame Street was a classic show, so it's definitely up there in terms of childhood shows. But before you go, Lexi, I just want to give a quick headline news. As many of y'all know, tomorrow is November 11th, and it's an important day for the Black culture. Why? Because it is the long-awaited sequel to Black Panther 2.
Sir.
The movie had a world premiere, I want to say a week ago, and the movie was well acclaimed, well received. People were there's videos of people crying on TikTok, just being overwhelmed and emotional by the movie. So it is truly an exciting day for the Black culture as we hopefully will turn out in honor of Mr. Chadwick Boseman. I know me and my family will be at the theaters on Saturday. We'll be governed accordingly in all white and gold. So, Lexi, you gonna go see the movie?
Oh yes, for sure. We got to get together. We'll figure something out because everybody got to see it together. It's a family experience, but for sure, I already got my outfit and everything. I got to talk to your mom about some jewelry. I might get a little hookup on. So,
Miss Latrice Jones, I hope you listening. Hope you listening. Somebody said, Facebook user, I have a feeling that's Mr. Mike Nicholson. He said, was yesterday National Fried Chicken Day?
It was not. That was earlier. It was not. Let me look for you though.
And then he also said tomorrow. I already saw it. I know a lot of people have seen the movie already due to early screenings or advanced screenings. So no spoilers. No spoilers. Denver Johnson said Wakanda Forever. I'm looking forward to it. Dr. Antoinette also says hashtag Wakanda Forever. Mr. Kenny Stanley put the Sesame Street song in the chat. He says sunny days, chasing the clouds away, on my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
Oh, that brings back something.
You gotta love Sesame Street, man. You gotta love it. Who was your favorite character off Sesame Street? Me personally, I loved Cookie Monster and Big Bird.
For sure. Big Bird, and I would say, I forget the name, but the one with like the pink fuzzy hair. I loved her so much. Oh my gosh, I can't think.
Pink fuzzy. Zoe?
Yeah, Zoe. That
was it. You said pink fuzzy. I was like pink fuzzy. So, yeah, so Zoe. I didn't really like Oscar. I really didn't.
Really? He was the negative Nancy of the group.
Nah. And now they got Elmo having beef with like a rock or something. I don't like. They have a character named Rocco who's just a rock, and I don't know, man. Sesame Street is.
Let's say Sesame Street back then is better than what it is now.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Oh, and to answer your question, yesterday was World Adoption Day, World Freedom Day, National Louisiana Day, National Scrapple Day, and well, let's not talk about it yet because that's till November 19th. But World Toilet Day will be November 19th.
World Toilet Day, and you said World Scrabble Day?
Yeah, Scrapple Day. I don't know what Scrapple is. Maybe some of y'all know in the comments. I don't.
Wait,
that was yesterday.
I say that I know of a game called Scrabble, but maybe that was referring to that. Okay. But, good morning, Miss Kim Emerson. Facebook user says, "I love our host." And listen, y'all, the young people, we gonna do it for you. And also, we have a huge update. As many of you know, me and Lexi will be having our own show. In accordance and along with Ready Productions. We're still in the works. It's still in the works, but we basically are having our own hip hop show. So when we had the young people take over, we were talking about Throwback Thursday. So We did come up with a name though. Lexi, you ready?
You want?
For,
Okay.
I got you. So the name of the name of me and Lexi show, which will be showing on Fridays around 4:30. The name of it, y'all ready for it? Is Hip Hop Friday. So if you get the reference, let us know in the chat. But that was the name of our show, Hip Hop Friday. And we will be talking about everything: the artist of the day, song of the day, the history of hip hop. Which era of hip hop was the most dominant? Which artist had the best sound? The West Coast sound, East Coast, all of that. So that will be coming in sometime in January. So be on the lookout for that. Tell your kids, tell your friends. Like Lexi says, tell Day kids and all of them. You do not want to miss out.
Rest up. Go ahead.
So, Lexi, I know you got to get ready for class, so we just want to say we appreciate you and all you do here for NewsInMotion, for all the national days, and for all of the headline news and the awareness of world hunger. And it's important that we keep bringing awareness to this issue, y'all. No kid should go hungry at all. No kid should go hungry. Deborah Johnson said, "Scrapple is a breakfast meal."
It is. News to me.
This is. I've never heard of a breakfast meat called Scrapple before. It kind of sounds like a turkey bacon type of thing, maybe, but you never know. So, Lexi, I know you got to get ready for class. So, thank you for all that you do, and we will see you next Thursday.
Yes, sir. See ya.
All right. Now, before we bring in Mr. Kenny Stanley, I just want to give y'all a quick reminder that he has his show Game Over on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. On here on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure y'all support, y'all. Tune in. Mr. Kenny, he's starting to give Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless a run for their money. In terms of being an analytic for the sports news. He brings the details. He brings the highlights, the predictions, the scores. He does it all. So we want to make sure that we support one of our own, and Mr. Kenny Stanley. And with that being said, I know many of y'all love his intro, so we're gonna play that for you real quick. So come on in here, Mr. Kenny. How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Isaiah Jones? How y'all doing today? What's happening?
Go ahead and take it away, sir. It's all you.
All right. Good morning, NewsInMotion family. Welcome to Game Over with me, Kenny Stanley. Hey, it's going to be a big weekend this weekend. Hey, in sports, in the NFL, tonight it kicks off with the Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. That's an 8:15 kickoff on Prime TV. Sunday starts at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. They crazy they think somebody getting up that early. But at 9:30 in the morning, you got the Seattle Seahawks playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I do believe they're playing in England. So that's why the game is so early. You got the Vikings heading to Buffalo to play the Bills. You got Detroit. They going to Chicago. Chicago look pretty good right now. I think Justin Fields is starting to find his niche in the NFL. If they keep playing him like they playing, hey, he set a record last week for the most rushing yards for a quarterback ever in a game. So, hey, keep doing what you do, Justin Fields. Go Bucks. The Saints head to Pittsburgh. Let's see what Pittsburgh going to do. I'm kind of rooting for y'all, man. I get tired of, y'all falling up short, week in and week out. So come on, Pittsburgh. Let's get one in. The Cowboys, We're on our way to the frozen tundra. We play at Lambeau Field. We play against Green Bay. This is the weekend. I do not need Aaron Rodgers to wake up and remember that he's Aaron Rodgers. I need him to keep playing like he's playing now. So come on, Cowboys. Let's get this game. Let's get this win. Sunday night, we got the Chargers. They're going north. Play the San Francisco 49ers in the in-state battle. And then Monday night, we got the Washington Commanders. They're on their way to Philadelphia for an NFC East battle. Let's see if Washington can give the Eagles their first loss of the season. I doubt it, but let's see if it'll happen. In college football, we got Indiana coming. Indiana comes to town to take on our Buckeyes at noon. That kickoff will be on Fox at noon. Missouri, they're on their way to Tennessee. We got number 7 LSU, who knocked off Alabama last week. They're on their way to Arkansas. You got Nebraska heading to the Big House to take on that team up north. This sounds strange to me. This late in the season, number 9 Alabama. It really does sound strange. Let that sink in. Number 9 Alabama. They're almost out of the top 10. Number 9 Alabama. They're on their way to take on number 11 Ole Miss. That was the game I was looking for all season because they was both ranked high, but it still should be a good game. It should be a good one. You got Louisville on their way to Clemson. Let's see if the Ville can give Clemson another L. I'm ready for them to get beat. You got Washington headed to Oregon, and then Saturday night, Texas Christian University, TCU, number 4 team in the country. It's going to be a battle of Texas, y'all. Number 18, Texas. Hey, let's see what's going to happen. In the NBA last night, LeBron James scored 30 points before having to lead a game with an injury. They believe it's a pulled groin. He goes and has an MRI done today. Let's see what's going to go on. But the Lakers did lose to the team that they share their building with, the LA Clippers, 114-101. The Kings beat the Red Hot Cavs last night, 127-120. Hey, big game that everybody needs to go see. Okay, I can't make it because this is moving weekend for me, so I'm pretty tired right now. So, but the big game is Saturday night. It's going to be played at Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia. Big Red, we coming for y'all. So, Mr. Jones, I don't care what you got to do. Go tell all your people down there we on our way. East High School takes on Steubenville. That kickoff is at 7 p.m., like I said, at the Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia, Ohio. Let's go East High School. I want to shout out Coach Michael Bell and them Tigers for what they're doing. I mean, this is a magical season. I want them to keep going. It should be a good game. You know, I wish everybody well, but I'm rooting for my Tigers. I need them to keep dancing, keep this thing going. It's a magical season. It really is a magical season. So button up your chin straps and let's get at it. Hey, everybody, do y'all like what goes on NewsInMotion? If you do, please, 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 I'm asking y'all, please, get the Cash App. I do believe that Cash App, Isaiah, is $ NewsInMotion. Today, please give please give. Find it in your heart. You like what Gail's doing. You like what's going on. You like the content. Please give a donation. I'm pushing that. I love what Gail does, and a lot of this information we wouldn't get. We wouldn't have known what was going on in the election if Gail didn't do what she was doing, with all the work she puts in behind the scenes. So please, if you can, give to NewsInMotion. The Cash App is on the screen. It's $ MIM today. So please, let's get this going. All right. That's sports. Game over. Back to Isaiah for more news.
Mr. Kenny, I just want to say we appreciate you. We love your sports news. You, like I said, you give Shannon Sharp
I appreciate y'all
for their money.
I'm coming for him. I'm coming for Shannon Sharp. I'm coming for Skip. I'm coming for him. I'm trying to do my best to get there.
I don't know if you were able to see, but Latrice Jones said it's going down on Saturday. East High School versus Steubenville Big Red.
Yep, it's going down. It's going down. I'm hoping for good news. Like I said, I'm gonna be asleep. The next 2 days is big for me. I'm moving this house. We're moving into our new home. I'm gonna be asleep. I'm running on fumes right now. But hey, we do what we got to do.
And everyone, make sure you tune into Mr. Kenny Stanley's show, Game Over, on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. on Facebook and on YouTube, so that we can get more sports news like this. Like I said, he's fantastic at what he does. He gives it raw. He gives it real. He keeps it real. So we just want to
and everybody hit me up and let me know what content y'all want. Hit me up what news stories you want so I can get it in there. And I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the views. I appreciate Gail, Isaiah. Thank you. Thank everybody for your support. So I'll see everybody Saturday at 6:30. I'm gonna be awake long enough to do that. I'm going to bed after that.
Hey, I wish your Tigers the best of luck on Saturday.
Man. All right, thank you, Isaiah. Thank you. All right, have a good one, everybody.
You too. So, y'all, with that, we also have one more headline news, and then I have a fun list for everyone, talking about Thanksgiving appetizers. But it's time for us to hit an important headline as a black student was assaulted in a distressing video at the University of Kentucky. A woman by the name of Sophia Rosing is finally learning that there's consequences to being a proud bigot. This is reported by Black Viddy, and Sophia Rosing, a student at the University of Kentucky, is facing heat in the court of law and public opinion after a video showing her assaulting a black student/employee who was doing her job and minding her own business. The black student/employee's name is Kyla Spring, who was working at the front desk of the dorm at the time. And there is video surfacing all over the internet, especially on Twitter, that the incident occurred over this past weekend, and it went down after Rosalind illegally attacked Kyla Spring, who was just doing her job. Video shows Rosing, who appeared to be under the influence, tussling with Kyla upon entering the dorm after a presumed night out. In the video, Sophia Rosalind can be heard saying the N-word repeatedly a lot of times, and also calling her the B word as well, while also having a little slurred speech. So she was definitely under the influence, but that does not excuse anything that she did. And Kyla, I would give her all the props in the world. She showed the strength. She showed patience. She did not attack her at all. She actually held her down while campus security and police arrived on the scene to detain Rosalind. And Kyla can be heard saying, I don't get paid enough for this," while trying to restrain her, while other students got the incident on video and helped along as well. Sophia went on to her Instagram story to post that, though I am not a racist, I was clearly under the influence. I lost everything. Now I have to fear for my life. God forgives. Please understand. I understand that an apology may not help, but I am not a racist. She also goes to state that I was under the influence. I am sorry. Please don't judge me. I lost everything. And to that I say, oh, so sad. But there are consequences for your actions. So, like I said, I want to give a huge shout out to Kyla Springs for showing her restraint and for showing her patience. And I know that it's crazy to think that in 2022 that we still have to go through these things. And it just it's sad to see. And I just want to give a huge shout out to also the University of Kentucky for stepping up and doing what needed to be done. And I hope that Miss Sophia Rosalind learns from this, But it's just wild, y'all, to be in 2022 and still have to go through this. Facebook user, I believe this is Mike Nicholson, says, so alcohol makes you say the N word, huh? It must, I guess so. But even if you were under the influence, for you to say it repeatedly over and over again lets us know that this has been in your vocabulary for a long time. So my sister Misha Hemphill says Sophia has been officially banned from the University of Kentucky's campus. Look at God. So they're making takes, they're making progress, and a lot of students, especially students of color, are glad that this is starting to get acknowledgement. But they're also saying like this should have been talked about. It shouldn't have taken it getting posted to the internet to get acknowledgement. But sometimes that's just how it is. Miss Jacqueline says being under the influence is no excuse for racist attitudes. Adrian Guy says whatever. She found her boldness through alcohol. Poor boo boo. Sit down and shut your mouth, little girl. And she's gonna have to learn. There are consequences for basically being a racist. And this is not going to slide any longer. And us young people, the millennials and Gen Z, are starting to come together to make a change, so that way that the next generation don't have to experience this. But before we go into the inspirational message, I have a quick list of fun Thanksgiving appetizers. This is reported by Black People Recipe. So our first appetizer that you can do for Thanksgiving is a plant-based southern fried cauliflower. I know Misha Hemphill is listening and real good. So this is a plant-based southern fried cauliflower that you can do for an appetizer on Thanksgiving. Another one are deviled eggs. Who doesn't love a good deviled egg? You can do southern cornbread, or you can do chicken wings, whether you deep fry them, grill them, or oven bake them, or you can air fry a chicken wing, y'all. If you ever tried it, it's actually pretty good. It gives you more of a crispy feel, and it also has more juices and stuff like that. Or you can throw some hot honey Old Bay on the chicken wings as well. There's also some Jamaican patties that you can do for your appetizers. Cornmeal fried shrimp. Listen, Mom, Latrice Jones, you think we be able to do some of these things? And who doesn't love a good honey lemon pepper wing? These are authentic and unique appetizers. Not your daily shrimp cocktails and stuff like that. And finally, one more appetizer you could do is fried okra. You gotta love some fried okra. Dr. Antoinette says, "Wait, isn't cauliflower already a vegetable? So vegetable. They're saying you can fry the vegetables. You can southern fry it for the cauliflower." And then Deborah Johnson says, we love to add more food to the day with the most food already. Listen, we don't even eat breakfast on Thanksgiving. You don't eat breakfast. If you do, you got to eat something light, like a Pop-Tart or something, or like a bowl of cereal. But that whole day, you are just not eating at all. You don't eat until later on at night. So I know I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. My brother is really looking forward to Thanksgiving, and doing it in his own way. And he loves watching Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. So that's a good movie to watch with the family and just be thankful for. So with that being said, before we head on out, I do have a short inspirational message. And it's something that I've been reflecting on these past few weeks, and something that really hits home for me. And the inspirational message for today is self-love. I feel like it's important that we all have some love for ourselves. It's important to love others, but it's also important to love ourselves. So in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, I'm reading this from the New Living Translation. It says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." So I felt that kind of relates to the self-love aspect. And I especially want to talk to the high schoolers and the young people who may be watching right now. Because everybody goes through a little self-doubt, but it's also important to have some self-love. And I know everyone has some insecurities about themselves, but don't think of them as insecurities. I know it may seem hard, but think of them as things that set you apart from other people, things that make you stand out within the crowd. You call them insecurities, but they're actually aspects or traits that set you apart from other people. And it's important to not beat yourself up for the way you look or the way you dress, the way you act. You should be proud of who you are because you were fearful. Yeah, we had a little technical difficulties, but we're back on. So, yeah, I know we're back. Patricia Lau says this has happened 3 times this week. Yeah, it must be something on Facebook's end, or could be a network connection. But we will be working on that over the weekend. But like I was saying, it's just important to have some self-love. It's important to embrace who you are. It's important to remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and it's just important to remind yourself that no matter how you look, no matter how you dress, remember those things set you apart from other people. So, like with that being said, we want to give another shout out to Lexi Williams, our youth ambassador and our special reporter, for all that she does. Mr. Kenny Stanley for Game Over. Y'all, please give to NewsInMotion. Please support. If you love what we do here, you can send us a Cash App using MIM today. Let's show us some love for Miss Gail Dudley for all that she's done. And especially in the beginning of the year leading up to now in terms of news and updates on how, midterm elections and knowing where to vote, where to vote, not necessarily how to vote or who to vote for, but bringing awareness for the voting registrations and stuff like that. And also shout out to all the young people who voted for the first time this week. So with that being said, we just want to say thank you for tuning in to NewsInMotion like y'all always do. We will catch y'all next week. With that being said, like Ms. Gail Dudley says, stay well, make some bold moves, and we are out.